to see you again, and welcome to today's episode. This is continuation of a previous video where I was talking about the energy flow between Sun and Earth using Michael Claret's image from Thunderbolts Project, and I mentioned other scientists as well. But before I go into that, I want to apologize for something. Some of the links in the description box in many of my videos were not working. I had no idea. Someone brought that to my attention. Thank you for that. And well, you see, I am just a human, so it happened. I know it's my duty to check if everything is working. I am not a techie guy, so my focus is mostly on information over the technical stuff. But today, I checked the links and they are all working, so in the description box everything is okay. So I will, in the first part, I am going to explore further the energies, how they what the interaction between Earth and Sun is, and in the second part I am gonna answer some questions, something very interesting, and one of them is from Alexander, that he was asking what's new in the field of medicine, or new techniques, new approaches, or whatever is going to be happening in medicine. That is going to be the second part. All right, so let's start with the first section. Those that were watching the previous video, they remember this picture from Michael Claret and Thunderbolts Project. This is very nicely explaining the flow. It's showing the flow of the energy coming from the Sun, going around the Earth and going back. This is very simplified because that energy is not just one form, not just one form of field or energy. This is a band of all kinds of energies. I'm sure you are familiar with this. Light, white light, for most of the time, it was believed to be just white light. Only someone clever discovered that light is a band of different colors, and light is not only acting as a particle, but it also acts like a wave frequency. So let's if you are here in the field of between green and yellow, you can see that the transition between those two is not sharp. Like there is no sharp contrast between those two, but rather this is something smooth transition from one color to another, much like humans. Each one of us is working with different fields. We are working in different frequencies. The field of possibilities for us is different for each person. And even though we are as a band, the white light is a band of many colors, and people on Earth is a band of different characters, people that have different interests, they have different understanding, they represent different nations, they are very different in so many different things, yet they are divided into main groups, and they belong the same way the colors in the rainbow to a specific band of colors. Now, I need to stress out something else about the human body. But before we can do that, I am going to explain something about the Earth. You know, the North and South Pole. The North Pole is receiving energy coming from the Sun, and South, let's say, pretend that the South is giving away, the energy is going towards the Sun. You know that Earth's magnetic field resembles a torus. It's a toroidal shape, and each of those lines, like you see here, each of those segments of that toroidal field is a band. It's a unique frequency, and people with sophisticated equipment can measure that the magnetic field in different parts of the world is different. It's not equal everywhere. On the same thing is on different heights. When we measure that from the balloon, at each height. This is also varies. But what I'm trying to explain here to you, that the way Earth is, the same humans are. We have North and South Pole. The interaction between those two is the same, like Michael is explaining here on this image. The flow between Earth and humans is the same like between the Sun and the Earth. And I am leaving a link below to Dr. Jerry Tennant, Voltage is Healing, below this video, so you can watch that yourself. I like this image that he's presenting in his lecture, that human body is surrounded with this massive field of different colors. We call that aura, which each chakra in our body is producing different frequencies, and they gather at different layers around our physical body. Those who understand the Barbara Brennan healing touch methods, they will understand that much better than I do. And you see, human body has also North and South Pole. We at the North are connected to our specific band of frequency, to our field of possibilities, and it's very unique for each one of us. We have one independent only for us, and there is one, and that one is connected to a bigger cable or wire, if you will, that is connecting to people with similar interest to another wire. And then that wire is connected to another wire, which is connected to the global wire, and it's going back to the Sun and South. And then we have the South. South is the grounding part. The North Pole is connected about 9 feet above our head, over crown, to that, you could call that imaginary wire or a field of our possibilities. And the South, the grounding part, is about 6 feet under. Now you understand where the 6 feet under is coming from, and you can ask and verify that from people that are mastery in Qigong and Tai Chi and all martial arts and energy fields, working in the healing industry, where the healing touch is involved. They know much more about the energies than I do. I'm just giving you the overview, the basics. So you understand that you are connected, either you like it or not, to the your own personal field, and you are grounded to the South. This is going to be very important in one of the videos that I am going to make sometimes in the future, when I am going to explain the disappearances of people from our national parks. There are so many, there are thousands of people a year going missing all over the world. So again, here is the same image that is explaining that each of that lines that you see, that toroidal lines, is something that you are connected to, and you are connected to our North Pole on Earth and the South Pole the same way. We are always, if someone is not connected correctly to the South Pole, people are then, it's being said that they are spaced out. They are not grounded. So ground in this case is very important, and you will notice that when they find a body of people that disappeared in the forests, there is no drama, but they have no shoes on. There is a reason for that. And medical, doctors, the coroners, they have puzzled and they are confused because there is no drama on those young bodies at all. They almost like they were happy to leave the body, and the shoes off. It's another puzzle for them. Why would anybody take shoes and then die? Well, that's the way it is. So now I hope you understand a little bit better what I was talking about in my previous video, why the blast from the sun is the energy that is going to take you to your own space, to your own desired conditions, because that's what is the polar reversal is all about. It's not about killing people. It's not about big ice age. Although all those things happen, but in order for something to be new, something old needs to be demolished. That's why this may, on the outside, it appears like this very painful and dramatic moment going on. So many people died, so many animals died. But the reality is, it's actually, you are looking forward to it, because that means fresh start with new conditions, the one that you are desiring. You want to have a safe life, you want to be in conditions that you enjoy your life, that you have no stress, that everything is looked after. Most people anyway, they want it that way, although there are people that they want pain and suffering and they want to be constantly being abused. And you may say, well, you are crazy. Yes, there are people like that. In my short practice as a herbalist, it wasn't even 1 year, I met a few people that yes, they no matter what the suggestion you had how they can get out from their own problems, they didn't want it. They wanted to be sick, they wanted to be in pain, they wanted to constantly suffer, because they wanted the people to feel sorry for them. And there's lots of people like that on Earth. One of the ladies, she was even causing self-inflicted wounds to her body. When I saw that, I said, oh my God, I am dealing with demon or someone, because she was cutting herself with her mind, and I never saw something like that before. And it was really freaky for me that thin lines they were showing on her hands, and then they were bleeding. And I was like, okay, sweetie, you have to go. This consultation is over. Because when I start poking and mentioning to her that everything that she's experiencing, all her symptoms were psychological, she got furious, and then she had no other way to defend herself but to start hurting herself. And I said, no, I don't want to see you anymore. You have to leave. And we ended at this. Of course, my name was then tarnished because she said that I am crappy therapist. So, well, things like that happen. Anyway, so this covers a little bit more. I hope I explained that a little bit better. If you want something more, just leave me some line in the comments, or just send me email on my email address, and then I can address those things in some other videos. And now the questions and answer section. I met someone, she knows me very well, that we were talking about the mirror. I don't know if you recalled a few videos ago, I was mentioning that if you want to understand this concept of you will not have any other gods before me, looking into the mirror and doing that. She had a problem with that. She said to me that she doesn't understand that at all. She doesn't has any clue what is that supposed to be. So I asked her a very simple question. When you are dressing for work in the morning and you are looking at the image in the mirror, who is making the decision for you how to dress? There was a silence. She didn't say anything, but I don't know if she got this thing. But that's how you need to approach that. It's basically you are the representation of everything there is. You are just a one small part of you, me, and I, which is in all forms. And this is something that so many people are having problem to understand. And the more I am talking that publicly with people that I work, people that I know, I have less and less contact. They simply withdraw. They don't want to know me anymore. They don't want to see me anymore. It's almost like I am committing some kind of crime. Well, you know, this is not for everyone. I am not trying to push a new ideology on people. I am just trying to give them a better look into what actually, what that means, when that happened, the explanation behind all those beliefs, all those myths, all those dogmas, all those, everything that we are surrounded with. We have so many experts in so many fields. They know nothing, but they are just repeating what someone else before them said, and they are building upon that. In other words, they are expanding that, putting their own spin on this, and that's not a good idea, because we are heading for a major, massive crisis. So it is not about taking all those beliefs and crush them and trash them. It is more of a understanding what was the starting point and how come we arrived at this point. Understanding those things in such a way. So there is no right and wrong, and never going to be. And you need to understand that many people are convinced that at some point we are going to design some form of one perfect system that is going to work forever, happy ever after. That is not going to happen ever. Just understand that we are always driven towards a different system that we are in, to experience life according to our desires. Once we arrive at that, whatever we think it is the correct system, and all the elements are working, we are not going to stay there for very long, because we are going to get comfortable. We are going to start cutting corners, and everything is going to go down south. That's what happened when we, during the American dream, or when America was born. It was finally, my God, this is the thing that we want. Finally, we can be ourselves, and this is the most just system, and it's going to work for us. And then we invented governments, and then the governments were supposed to look after us. The government starts inventing all kinds of institutions, which then things are started to go sideways, because we developed dependencies on those institutions, on the government, and we shifted all our power, we give away to them. They abuse that, they are still abusing, and we came to a point that this whole thing is crashing right now. The same thing happened in science, the same thing happened in our belief system. We are in the middle of massive crisis, and only those which realize that and want to do something towards changing that, they basically are the ones that are going to be taken out of the system and placed in different conditions. And those who just hoping and waiting for others to solve the problem, they're going to wait for a very long time. All right. Another thing that was brought to my attention is the fact, I believe Alexander was asking, what new approach, or what new techniques, what technology is going to be introduced to medical field. I have really bad news for you here, because the medicine, as you know, right now is done. It's finished. The corporate system, the government, the churches, all this is done. The banking system, all this is done. It's no longer, this is like you are watching someone dying. You know that they still have a few breaths, they are gonna die maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 weeks from now, but this is the process of complete destruction. So what will happen in medical field? Number one, the doctor will not fix the problem for the patients. The patients need to take care of themselves. That's number one. Number two, you will not depend on any gadgets or drugs. That's done. So my suggestion to anyone who is in the field, either doctor, a nurse, or any other practitioner, the things that you will need in the future is acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractic methods, relaxation methods, psychology, knowledge of herbs, knowledge of minerals, those basic things. And if you are a guy who is a medical doctor right now, you're basically extinct. This is like the dinosaurs before. It's over. And only those doctors who practice naturopathic medicine and all the medicines that I just mentioned, they use all those tools like acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractic, natural birthing. Those people are going to they're going to be busy. But you need to understand one key element here. You do not fix the problems for the patient. Don't do that, because if you keep doing that, you're going to have more sick, more sick, more sick. There is not going to be money. You are going to have exchange in a different way. There is more likely at the beginning there is going to be a barter. And your services, for whatever you will provide, need to work for the patient. If the patient doesn't want to do anything, get rid of the patient. Just don't see them. If the patient does something and appreciates what you did for them, then you will receive whatever is of value to you. That might be clothing, it might be food, it might be something that you can use. That's how it is going to be at the beginning. Farther down the road, maybe those that will survive will develop different way of exchange. But the way we are providing the services in medical field are done. It's the patient that needs to take care of themselves, and it's going to be prophylactic. It's your job to be active, your job to have healthy lifestyle, eat right, and all the things that are beneficial to your body. Not depend on going to a practitioner or a doctor that, hey doc, can you fix me? Those days are over. I'm sorry, but that's truth. All right, so I hope that this video today could help a little bit, broaden your view on the world and understand what's going on. The next video I am going to do a shout out to suspicious observers. I need to address a few things there and then I'm going back to explaining the polar reversal, the changes in the world, the ice age or what's not, because there is a lot of confusions, misunderstanding, and as I will go bit by bit, I will also explain some of the key universal principles that are governing this whole thing. Okay, so thank you for watching today. Please subscribe if you didn't yet. Please like this video. Please click the notification bell, and see you in the next video.